Today is another great day of SIFFA Independent International Film Festival 2023. We just had a screening of Saving Pushkin by director Igor Ugolnikov, and at the moment we're screening Visotsky, Odessa Notebook by director Anatoly Balchev. Volodya Visotsky was an amazing actor. He was invited by Lyubimov to Tagansky Theater in 1971. He was the top actor to play Shakespearean Hamlet, and that's interesting because here in London, in the United Kingdom, in 1971, Ian McLean played for the first time Shakespearean Hamlet, and they are so different, and both of them are so great.
Well, for me, Visotsky, like for an enormous amount of people in Russia, was an almost legendary person. For people who lived in the Soviet Union, he was, to a large extent, the voice of freedom. And he said things that many people were afraid to say, but he said them and people reacted to that. And in addition to that, he was listened to by people in the Politburo and the man who swept the streets. He was enormously popular. And so for me, it was kind of nostalgia to see him again and to listen to his voice.
Финал этой картины – это его песня, где он говорит о том, что всем нам хватит воды, всем нам хватит земли, этой обетованной, желанной. Вот это месседж главный. И тот, кто этот фильм увидит, он это поймет. Лондонцы, они, как бы сказать, по натуре своей, это очень свободные люди. Володя – это человек Земли, человек планеты, и лондонцы, я думаю, как никто поймут.
Основная идея этого фильма – это то, что мы заряжаемся энергией того места, где мы живем. Это земля, воздух, свет и люди, которые нас окружают.
So what's brought me here this evening is two very like-minded individuals, myself being a filmmaker and also an actor and a stunt performer, and the amazing director who's behind this production. We basically collided yesterday. So coming to an event of this nature and this sort, it brings you around like-minded individuals and connectivity. Your network is your net worth. So ultimately it's about connecting with amazing people who are in the same line of industry, in the same field, to obviously build and create and establish amazing working relationships.
I was expecting a really sort of hard, intellectual approach by the documentary makers, and instead it was very, very charming, very light. Frankly, we simply don't have these sorts of characters in the UK, and as far as I'm aware, not in America either. We don't have the combination of a superstar film star being also a singer and a singer-songwriter. I think the equivalent in the UK would be if you sort of welded together, let's say, Paul McCartney and maybe Michael Caine. I think that would be the only sort of equivalence in the UK. But it was wonderful, it was very uplifting.
Music is international. It doesn't matter what language you're speaking. I listened to the melody. I didn't understand what he was saying. I was trying to read, which is hard, but I understood the passion. The closest to Vladimir is Bob Dylan. He said what he wanted. He talked about how the poor were treated. He talked about how the government bureaucrats were off scale. So he said what he wanted, and this reminded me of Vladimir.
Only 2 days are remaining, tomorrow and after tomorrow. Come and join us for our unique screenings at Vue Piccadilly and the Castle Cinema.